begin with, I would like to congratulate and compliment Business World and their team for arranging this lovely program. This will not only highlight the scope and opportunities for MSME, but also help and assist them to resolve their problems. Awards will motivate the winners and inspire others to do better, to become winners of tomorrow. I also compliment the Government of India under the inspiring and dynamic leadership of our Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi, for being proactive and coming to the aid of MSME in times of need with SOPs and assistance during the time of pandemic. Let us now look at the position where we stand today and what are the opportunities awaiting us for the future growth prospects. MSME has a great role to play in reviving the economy. It has the capacity and ability to bounce back, and I'm sure that the next gen entrepreneurs will stand up to the challenge and be winners. The MSME sector contributes in a significant way to the growth of Indian economy across the realms of production system, employment generation, national output, exports, etc. The MSME sector comprises of approximately 48 million units that produce more than 6,000 products ranging from traditional to high-tech items. The sector is driving sustainable growth in Indian economy by providing employment to around 111 million people, accounts to almost 45% of manufacturing output, and 40% of the country's export, and contributes to almost 9% of the country's GDP. We are all coming out of COVID crisis, having faced two waves which totally crippled the working pattern, and the economy went downhill. The third wave is not so serious. All these have come like a thunderbolt when nobody was prepared to it. Initially, the lockdown and then the curfew putting conditions on the operations of the business made working difficult for MSME units. Closure of malls, supercenters, non-cooperation or non-operation of the hospitality and hotel drained the orders of MSME segment, putting them in jeopardy. Some of the units had to either close down or change their product line. Most of the capitalized by changing over to the health-related products or components and survive. During this difficult time, in spite of difficulties faced by them, the sector diligently worked to meet the demands, especially from the health sector. There were problems of raw material sourcing, logistic difficulties, labor shortages, besides maintaining stringent SOPs related to COVID management. In spite of this, the MSME rose to the occasion and showed its inherent resilient nature to overcome the difficulties and came out winner. Not all could manage it. Some perished in the process. In fact, there are many success stories also which came out during the pandemic, and I would like to enumerate such. In spite of the challenges of industry which delivered during the critical phase, and most important, I tell you, from total imports to exports, we were especially in the PPE kits which we started exporting. In fact, almost all the ready-made garment manufacturers, right from Surat to Tirupur to Chandigarh, and almost all the parts of the country took up the manufacturing. Of course, it's not a rocket science, but they came up, stood up to the test of time. In fact, the same was the case of ventilators and sanitizers. Especially the auto component manufacturers took up indigenous manufacturing of ventilator components. The manufacturing industry stood up to the task and came out to begin with. I would like to congratulate and compliment, this industry for taking up at a particular period of time. This is not only to highlight the scope and opportunities for MSME, but also, this shows the way how they could, take up with the spirited efforts and be winners all the time. In fact, there is another area where we can take lead with the help of our demographic profile. There are a lot of sectors which require to be manned in various parts of the world. Due to the devastation caused by this pandemic all over the world, there has been dearth of trained manpower to look after infrastructure, utility services, even the key areas of operation. It is time to go into action and put your managerial skills to work and utilize the young, energetic, skilled work and look out for these global opportunities. The future of manufacturing will definitely be in India. Government has big plans for it and has already planned import substitute zones for setting up industries to cater to the local as well as the global needs. They have even incentivized innovative and key product manufacturing companies through production-linked incentive schemes. Various agencies from different countries are foraying into Indian markets to source their requirements. The MSME can form manufacturing clusters of similar products with total quality management and rigid cost controls to be globally accepted and competitive. It is time we wake up and take this initiative and be the supplier to the world by becoming important part of the supply chain system. The economic condition of this sector is not very healthy as they are trying to come back working tirelessly and need support at this juncture. The state and the local government have to play a constructive role in assisting these micro and small units who are struggling to remain afloat. The local taxes like the property tax, house tax, professional tax, etc. can be waived off for the period that they were closed or without work, especially the hospitality industry, which went through traumatic times. All the statutory renewals could be done automatically and the license renewal fees would be ignored for the year. This segment is a major contributing segment and in terms of revenue as well as generating employment has done its due. They have contributed to the exchequer handsomely in the past and now it is the time to handhold them and support them to come back to normalcy. If these factors are overlooked, then a lot of units can turn sick and loss of employment will have bad effect on the social fabric. A quick look at these aspects will help both manufacturing and the service industry to recover. MSME has contributed substantially to the socio-economic development of the country. This sector is extended, if extended, the right support has the potential to spread industrial growth throughout the country. MSME, the abbreviation of micro, small and medium enterprise, is the pillar of economic growth in many developed and developing countries in the world. The micro, small and medium enterprise sector is the major contributor to the socio-economic development of the country in India. The sector has gained significant importance due to its contribution to the gross domestic product of the country and also by its exports. Despite various challenges and roadblocks, the MSME sector in India has the capability to rise and compete with the world, and there is tremendous potential for Indian engineering MSME to be integrated in the global value chain due to the manufacturing cost advantage. MSMEs are together capable of constituting a complete supply chain and being globally competitive because of their diverse products ranging from intermediate to final product. The Make in India initiative has brought ample scope for the Indian MSMEs to work with the large-scale global manufacturing firms and get access to their upgraded technology and efficient marketing techniques following the onset of pandemic. Large corporations in the developed world have been looking at India as an alternate destination for manufacturing. Improving India's business climate is one of the key focus areas of the government, and reiterating its commitment to Make in India, the government has launched several initiatives, including Production Linked Incentive Scheme, that is PLI, and the Industrial Land Bank System. The PLI scheme have been announced for 13 sectors with overall outlay of 27 billion. This is the time to come forward by the new generation entrepreneurs and take the advantage of the same. Several areas are open for investments and innovative manufacturing opportunities. Costing in MSME segment is the lowest and affordable. Electronic system designs and manufacturing industry is a growing area, and Indian brains have already proved their expertise in this area. It covers electronic products and its components in semiconductor designs, electronic manufacturing services, etc. In fact, these are some of the areas where I would like to highlight are the opportunities for the young and budding minds of today. Next is IT and ITES. There is a phenomenal growth in this area. Sector growth, which is at around 17%, and the market is onwards of 50 billion US dollars. Lots of online opportunities are available here for experts in the chosen field. We can talk about so many expertise which have proved the test of times in this field. Pharmaceutical market is ever growing, and worldwide spread of pandemic has created requirements of vaccines as well as medicines, as well as the ancillary medical products, surgical products. And India today manufactures almost 14% of it. The world's formulation market is in the hands of Indian industry, and there is a scope for more. India has been leading exporter of vaccines as well as testing kits. Still, there is a dearth of requirement where we could step in and add on to the manufacturing processes. Auto component sector, of course, this although showed a bit slowdown during the pandemic, it is now back on the saddle. Its growth is substantial and ranks 6th in the largest manufacturer in the world, 6th largest manufacturer in the world, with exports to the tune of about 28%. The total manufacturing of this country, is actually sourced for auto industry as well as for export. There is a lot of scope to be for quality auto ancillary manufacturers, as the world auto giants are now trying to find suppliers from India. Railways and defense have opened their doors for local manufacturers and also permitted exports for the country, from the country. In defense, purchases which were almost about 60%, which were being imported. And now the country has promoted investments and manufacturing in these areas. In the country itself, the manufacturing has started under the Make in India program. This is yielding tremendous results and opening opportunities for the local manufacturers, and especially to the MSME segment to be part of the supply chain management as an ancillary player. There is enough scope and opportunity as the export market is growing, and from the reports that are coming in, we see that the sky is the limit, and day in, day out, they are touching the new heights. Textile sector is another which is showing healthy results and has shown improvement in international acceptance. Government is already coming up with a scheme for this sector to improve the infrastructure as well as creating manufacturing ease. All in all, a phase to step in and be a part of this growth story is now here. Ready-made garment export market is also showing buoyancy, and foreign bulk manufacturers are showing interest in the Indian products, especially in the design section. Ready-to-use concrete products have huge market, as well as government has increased their spending in the infrastructure area. They are also promoting the housing under the Awas Yojana, and this program has indicated growth in the real estate market. There is a growing need for the ready-made products of the concrete. There is also an export potential to these ready-made concrete products. The market is growing at a healthy pace, and great potential for investment lies in this area. Due to the paucity of time, I have briefly touched upon opportunities in different sectors. However, there are huge opportunities available in other areas, especially the service sectors. Besides providing servicing utilities, there are also opening in the financial sector, technical advisory sector, besides others. Government also needs to step up its efforts in improving the ease of doing business, providing systems, less interference from the government agencies. Better coordination from center and state can ease the functioning to a greater extent. However, the current situation is very conducive for new investment, and venturing into entrepreneurship is a better option. On this day, let us pledge to take up the challenge to meet the needs of the country as well as meet the global demands. We take up import substitute products, manufacturing, meeting the quality and be cost effective, and show our prowess to the world. This will enable us to progress and also take our country up the ladder of development and help achieve 5 trillion economy target. MSME has a great role to play in reviving the economy. In fact, it has the capacity and ability to bounce back every time. I'm sure the next gen entrepreneurs will stand up to the challenge and be winners in times to come. MSME is one segment which, with the change in definition which was brought about just an year back, has encompassed today almost all the segments and all the sectors, which include not only the manufacturing, not only the service sector, but also today it encompasses the retail as well as the wholesale market segment. All these and more, the government is trying to promote the in the economy and the growth in the economy through this segment, which has been highlighted by the government as the growth engine of the nation. And I'm sure we all can stand up to the test of time and be a part of this growth story. I thank the business world for giving me this opportunity, and I have tried to place the various opportunities that are available for the next generation. One final thing which I would like to say, that there are more than 3,000 products today which are being imported from our neighboring countries, and hence what we can do today, I mean, it's not a big rocket science to be a part of it. We could be a part of this manufacturing segment under the Make in India program and help improve upon lowering the imports and making things available at our end itself. So this is my small contribution towards providing the emerging opportunities for the MSME segment. I wish you all the best in your endeavors and becoming entrepreneurs of the future.